Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Reed Puser here with Robin Gerlach, the Roots Home Sales Team and Remax Alliance. And we have a guest on the show today, Mr. Mike Gray from Colorado Lending Group. How's it going, Mike?
I'm doing great today, Reed. How are you? How are you doing today?
We're doing good. We're doing good. So, as most of you guys know, every week, Robin and I have been trying to bring some market updates to you and also some good information for you to use as you make housing decisions going forward. Things have been kind of crazy with, COVID. But one of the big hot topics that we've been receiving questions about is the mortgage forbearance issue. And that is something that has been made available to those homeowners out there with a mortgage. And a lot of people have questions about, hey, do I qualify to take this? If I do decide to take forbearance, how long do I have to wait before I can refinance my home? Or also how, will I pay that mortgage forbearance back? So Robin's going to start out. He has a couple questions for Mike to answer in regards to the forbearance process. And hopefully you all get some great information here today.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me, Robin. Good to see you.
Yeah. Good to see you too, man. I'm excited to do this just because I know a lot of people out there are wondering about forbearance. I think there's some misinformation out there as well. So I think to start, I think it just kind of get right into the meat and potatoes of it all, and just, run a scenario as if I am that homeowner who has been negatively economically impacted by COVID-19, and I go ahead and take forbearance on the loan, which we can kind of talk about the process after. But once I get there, say I have my mortgage payment's $1,500 a month, and if I skip 3 payments, and then after those 3 months, and I can start making my payments again, what will that look like? Now that I have $4,500 from my mortgage company hanging over my head, like how would I go about that, paying that off?
Right. It's a good question, man. Main thing is reach out to your servicer, first of all, and just go through that with them. Before you have a late payment, reach out to them, request the forbearance, get that in writing from them. That way, that won't negatively affect your credit, because if it's in forbearance, then it doesn't hurt your credit. If you have a late mortgage payment, then you're in trouble. But once you owe the $4,500, you're going to have some options. You could add that on potentially to the end of your loan term to extend that out for three extra months if you miss 3 payments or whatever it is. Or you could pay a little bit higher each month to catch up, or you could just do a lump sum payment, get up to speed, like make one payment. So you're gonna have those options, but each servicer will have their rules. So you'll reach out to them, but for the most part, you'll have those three options where you could basically pay it off in full, increase your monthly payments a little bit, or just extend the loan term.
Cool. Nice, man. Yeah, and I read recently there's like 4.1 million people who are in forbearance nationally on their mortgage. And I know it's a big number, and obviously, so a lot of people are either going to be really behind the 8 ball on their payments. And then, is at the end of that, where I've read also that people can refinance at the end of the forbearance. Is that available for all homeowners, or, is it just homeowners who have their loans backed by Fannie and Freddie, or, what does that look like?
Yeah, for the most part, the current rule is that you make 3 mortgage payments after the forbearance, and Fannie Mae will do the loan for you. I believe FHA is the same. All these entities, Fannie Mae, HUD, they're basically, I think, saying that you need the three payments, or just to. I think if you just bring the lump sum and get it up to speed, you're good to go there. Then to refinance as well, so you could take advantage of that. Once you had the payments, or just get it current.
Nice, man. Good stuff. Cool.
Yeah. Excellent. And it sounded like, Mike, that the main thing to do is that be ahead of the ball. Don't wait until you've missed your payment to contact your servicer and ask about forbearance. Make sure that you do that up front so that you're not negatively impacted credit score wise or otherwise. Is that accurate?
Yeah, exactly, man. Just reach out to your servicer before you ever have a mortgage late. Whenever you have a mortgage late, it's really going to impact your credit, bring down your scores. If you do have a mortgage late though, like one mortgage late and it's a primary residence, so for the most part, as long as Fannie Mae's automated underwriting engine will approve it, it doesn't disqualify you as well. It's just that, once you leave the forbearance and get back to making payments on time, you just have to make sure you meet the guidelines of, making the payments, the 3 payments, so that you can do a refinance or buy a new house.
Excellent. And I think that's another good topic to touch on is a lot of people are thinking about refinancing right now just because rates are historically low. And we've had lots of clients, and I'm sure you have too, Mike, that have saved really hundreds of dollars per month on their mortgage payment because they have refinanced. So if you're somebody that has been negatively impacted economically by COVID and you need to take advantage of forbearance, but you also want to take advantage of the mortgage rates, having a plan up front is where you're going to be successful in doing so. So, if you're somebody that, is one of Mike's clients or our clients, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to discuss your options with you and point you in the right direction on how you put a plan together in which you can, take out forbearance, but also have a plan to pay it back so that therefore you can refinance and take advantage of those rates. So that's another big thing to think about. Just like with everything in life, proper planning is going to get you in the best position to be successful and, make sure that you and your family are taken care of.
Yeah, it's a great point. Just plan ahead, man. If you're in trouble, reach out to your loan officer or your servicer and just see what your options are before you have a late payment or request a forbearance, for sure.
Okay. And this forbearance, it only applies to government-backed loans. Is that accurate, Mike?
That are allowed forbearance. For the most part, I believe that is correct. But you can always reach out to your local bank. Like if you go to a local bank, Vectra Bank, UMB Bank, whatever, they might also have the ability to let you forbear or hold off on making your payments if that's what you need. But like what we're talking about is definitely just for Fannie Mae right now, but it's not to say that the other local banks wouldn't allow for it if you check with them.
Okay, great. And with the marketplace being pretty fluid right now, have you seen changes in regards to the rules regarding forbearance in terms of like options of paying back and those types of things? Have you seen those things kind of change over time, or has it stayed pretty steady?
For the most part, like the options have stayed steady. I think the requirements of Fannie Mae have changed where they were going to make you pay 12 payments versus the 3 payments to be eligible to get a loan through them. And so that's changed once already, and things are always changing, day by day as our economy gets back to going a little bit more. Fannie Mae is coming out with revisions all the time with how they calculate self-employment income, how they use rental income, just all the different underwriting guidelines. So yeah, it's changed once, it'll probably change again, probably change again. So yeah, it's that's the thing that keeps things interesting. As a mortgage broker, is like the rules are always changing, and then each lender has their own take on the rules as well. Even though they're the same rules, they might look at it differently than the other lender. So interesting times, man.
Yeah. So bottom line is just reach out to your lender or your bank, your loan servicing company to figure out, what they're doing and what, I guess, any additional overlays they may have, which when we say overlays, mean like extra conditions that the borrower would need to meet in order to either refinance or come to current on their forbearance payment. So
yeah, right. Fannie Mae has their own rules, and then like each lender might have their rules on top of that because they might be a little bit more conservative. So yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
We're also going to include some links in the description of this video for you guys to use. A couple of those links will be some information on Fannie and Freddie's rules. And then also sometimes, I have clients that don't really know, who is my mortgage servicer? It's been sold a couple times and I can barely keep up with that. There'll also be some links to be able to identify who is servicing your loan and, whether that's federally backed or not. So look for those links in the comment section of this video.
Cool. Thanks for your time, Mike.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. Appreciate you reaching out, and we'll talk to you soon. Hope you have a good day.
Thanks a bunch, Mike. Take care.
All right, guys. Later.
You too.